Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and Assalamu alaikum viewers. My name is Abira Saeed Freelancing Wali and I am a level 1 student at Farhan School Islamabad campus. So viewers, welcome to my show, The Talk Room, and today is very special guest with us. Name is Michael. So let's start. Assalamu alaikum Michael. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so thank you for you joining to my show and giving me your very precious time. So please introduce yourself for my audience.
Yeah, my name is Mike Armstrong. I'm also known as the Welsh Dragon. I like to breathe fire into the next generation of entrepreneurs through motivation, inspiration, and education. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a hospitality business owner. I'm a former corporate sales director. I'm an author, speaker, and content creator. And I like to create content to share to entrepreneurs, older and younger, so they can learn from some of the things I've learned from in my life because I've been an entrepreneur since I was 11. And I've done all sorts of things in my life. And I like to try and teach people and help people where I can.
Okay, that's great, Michael. So my next question is this: tell you about your entrepreneurship journey.
Well, it's a long journey, so I'm not sure I can fit it all in, but I'll tell you some of the highlights. I started when I was 11. I used to sort of do a lot of hustling. I used to record Sky movies and sell the tapes to the kids in school, which is probably called piracy or copyright infringement now. But when I was 11 years old, those sort of words and things didn't really exist. I just seen a gap in the market and filled it. I used to buy and sell sweets and matches and cigarettes and lighters and anything people wanted really at a young age. I then went into the world of sales at 15, and I did door-to-door sales, which is one of the toughest sales you can do out there. I learned, team leadership skills and training skills and management skills. I moved my way through the industry from a door-to-door canvasser to a telesales manager and door canvasser team manager. I did that for 5 years. I was working evenings and weekends. I did it around college and summer holidays and things like that to start with, and then I did it full time for a number of years. And then I decided I wanted to do something more Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So I did business, B2B sales, did various different businesses, ended up working for a fintech startup business where I stayed for 10 years, got promoted 9 times in 6 years, and built a career really, built my way up to one under the managing director's job. So I was the premier account sales director running the largest corporate key account sales team in the organization. And whilst doing that, I always kept hustling and side hustles on the go. So I did my own nightclub promotions when I was like 23. I run my own Swarovski crystal shoe and handbag business online in my sort of late 20s. And after missing out on a managing director's job, after when I was young, all I ever wanted to be was a managing director of a large company or managing director of my own company. I worked my way up to one under the managing director's job in a company for 10 years. I didn't get the job. So I decided then to branch out and do something for myself. So then I became a self-employed sales and marketing consultant. And I started building a digital marketing agency and consultancy business and all of that. And then I had a few obstacles and hurdles, which took me in a different direction. A friend of mine bought a business in the hospitality business. So I went to run it for him for a while. I actually went down to help him out for a couple of weeks and ended up running it for a year. And then that led me more towards the hospitality route. And I now run my own bar, hotel, and event venue. But I still do digital marketing, products and services online. I do advertising services, social media marketing services, that sort of thing. And I've also partnered up with a business in India that has a footprint in America, and I'm the footprint in the UK. And we have a personal branding website business where we build websites for coaches, speakers, authors, and anyone who wants to improve their personal branding. So that's pretty much my entrepreneurial journey in as short a term as I can give it. But there's been a lot more involved in that along the way than what I could describe in a short period.
Okay, that's great, Michael. So my next question is this: what inspired you to start your first business?
I think my first business, my first hustling was done out of necessity. My mum and dad got divorced when I was 8, and I was brought up by a single mum. So I realised quickly that if I wanted some of the extras in life, not just the basics, my mum could afford nice birthday gifts and Christmas gifts and that sort of thing, and she dressed as well and did the best thing she could, but she couldn't spend lots of money on other things that you wanted to do. So I learned early on that you had to sort of like work hard and do something for yourself if you wanted to have money to do different things in life and have different opportunities, etc. So my first sort of drive towards entrepreneurship at the age of 11 was probably out of necessity. It was also out of a natural instinct of maybe being opportunist, so spotting things, seeing gaps in markets, that sort of thing, which comes from, I think, a strategic brain. I used to do a lot of sport when I was younger, and I used to play a lot of computer games and quizzes and all that sort of thing. So I have a strategic brain. So I think that naturally led me towards opportunity and spotting opportunities and seeing gaps in markets and analyzing and assessing things, which is where ideas and inspiration and opportunities come from. So I had the need, I had the ability, and I suppose I had the desire. So all of those things come together to get me started in entrepreneurship. But back then, there wasn't no sort of the technical world that exists now. So entrepreneurship was harder to start with. So I started just buying and selling things, and I also used to do multiple jobs. Just did whatever I could to earn money. And when you do that sort of thing, that opened up your eyes to the business world and to the entrepreneurial world and to opportunities. And more opportunities open up then if you get involved in something and you do something and you've got a strategic brain. You'll look at things that you could do better or things that you can improve or maybe gaps in the market that aren't being filled. So sometimes you just got to get started. You just got to be active and you just got to do something. And over time, opportunities will come from that.
Okay, that's good. It's amazing, Michael. So my next question is this: what does entrepreneur mean to you?
Well, entrepreneurship to me is it's not really just a business owner or somebody who just works for themselves. That's sort of like a self-employed job. A lot of people see themselves as entrepreneurs when they're just a business owner or self-employed person. But an entrepreneur is somebody who sees problems, gaps in markets, revenue generating opportunities, that sort of thing, and they're willing to take risks and go for them, or they're willing to come up with solutions to a problem and fill that marketplace and the people who have that problem with products and services that solve the problem. So an entrepreneur is somebody who sort of solves problems, who takes risks, who thinks on their feet, who often has multiple business interests and not just one, because they're often trying to solve many problems and not just the one. But some entrepreneurs just focus on one as well. But you find most entrepreneurs are busy being entrepreneurs in various different sectors, and they're learning and growing in different areas. And I'm a lifelong learner, and I've done all sorts of entrepreneurship activities in my life, and I that's what guides me towards what I do now, and is what also guides me towards where I want to be in the future. So sometimes you have to do a lot of things to be able to sort of narrow down what you don't like doing and what you do like doing, in order to be able to focus on what you do like doing and what you are trying to achieve in life. So you can put all your energy and all of your direction and your focus into that area to make it happen. And you've got to be persistent and patient, because it takes time. It takes time to build anything. So you need to have a long-term plan, not a short-term plan, and you need to be persistent and consistent and willing to learn and develop and create connections and whatever in the area that you need to build connections and knowledge in order to be able to keep continuously growing in the area you're focusing on to get to where you want to get to eventually in life. It takes time.
Okay, that's amazing, Michael. Your life journey is very interesting and amazing. Wow, nice. So my next question is this: please tell me that what was your biggest failure and what did I teach you?
Um, I've had lots of failures in life. I think a good motto to follow in entrepreneurship is to fail fast and fail often. Because if you fail at a lot of things, it teaches you what not to do, which then points you towards the direction of what to do. So, like Alexander Graham Bell failed 10,000 times when trying to create a light bulb, and eventually he created a light bulb because of all those failures, taught him what not to do, which then shaped him and pointed him towards what you can do. So, some of the failures I've had, I've started businesses, I've started sales jobs, and the company's gone bust or whatever, and I've lost my commission and that sort of thing. These things, if you're taking riskier jobs, which I always did, because I like the risk versus reward pattern where you get big commissions, etc., in riskier jobs. Same as entrepreneurship, you can earn more money, so you're taking more risk, but they come with it's a riskier business, it's harder to do, etc. So I've had things like that happen to me where you've just got to sort of dust yourself down, get back on the horse, and carry on with something else. I've done that in jobs. I've done that also in business, where maybe you've gone into something. I had a Swarovski crystal shoe and handbag business, and I was very well optimized on the internet. I taught myself SEO and social media marketing, etc. And I was selling a product that was new to the marketplace, and so it was quite easy to get well ranked with search engine optimization and that sort of thing. And I was ranked globally. And then all of a sudden, all the big boys come into the marketplace, the big retail stores and chains and that sort of thing. And my rankings and my customers started to dwindle then, because all of these big companies were offering similar sort of products and services. So sometimes, it's good to get into a market early, and you need to grow a business as quick as you can. But sometimes market forces or market changes or other things can make your business opportunity less of a good opportunity over time. So sometimes you've got to be prepared to, finish, pivot, do something else, take the skills, the lessons, the experience you've had doing something and put them into something else. So I've done that, in life. I've had a divorce, so sometimes you have family matters or personal matters that can affect you, and they can maybe take away your motivation or your ambition. And so sometimes you've got to sort of do some grieving for that situation, or let some time pass, and then trying to work on sort of short, medium, and long term goals to get yourself refocused, remotivated, to get back onto track, because life isn't one perfect upward trajectory. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. And so when you're in a down, you've got to work out how you get out of that down to get going back upwards again. And that's time, and it can take maybe sometimes reaching out to other people or learning something new or whatever. But so you need to be able to be adaptable, persistent, consistent. You need to have drive, ambition, desire. All of these things can keep you going where you want to be going, even when the world and everyone else around you are trying to get you off course. You need to be strong enough to stay on course, to stay focused, to stay driven, to stay hungry, and you will always get back on course.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is this: please tell me that how has been your biggest influence in business?
My biggest what in business? Sorry, what was the? I missed what you said. What's been my biggest
I'm saying that who has been your biggest influence in business?
influence? My biggest influence in business. I don't know. I think I'm a bit of a gold collector. I like to meet people. I understand every single person you meet in life has some gold within them, some knowledge, some wisdom, some experience, something that you can actually take from them or borrow from them, or they'll happily give to you, and that will help you on your journey. So I'm a bit of a magpie. I collect lots of gold off lots of people. So I've learned, good work ethic off people like my nan and my mum, who are hard workers and grafters. I've learned, sales skills and abilities of some of my earlier sales managers. I've learned how to, speak and communicate with people and overcome problems and things about psychology and management from various sales courses, sales trainers, management leadership courses, as well as leaders who are already, been there, done it, got the t-shirt, and are training and educating people. I've listened to a lot of global speakers, a lot of successful entrepreneurs, a lot of people. And what I always try to do is find that little gold nugget. What's the one thing they talk about or say about or whatever that is really, revolutionary, or really, going to help me in my journey. And if you collect lots of gold from lots of different people, you can build up your own gold stores, and you have, a lot of wealth of knowledge and experience and expertise, and if you add that to your own knowledge, experience, and expertise, you can you can continue to grow further and get better and improve way more than the average person do, because you're taking everybody's gold from them and you're implementing it into yourself and your own experiences. Um, so yeah, I've taken lots of things from lots of different people. I've been inspired by people like Sir Richard Branson when I was young. I've been inspired by people like Grant Cardone and Brian Tracy and John DeMartini and Les Brown later on in life. And I've also inspired and created knowledge uh, from my own self. I've learned how to overcome problems, challenges, new technologies, being able to adapt to different situations all my life, and that is also inspirational. It's also character building. It also teaches you lots of skills and gives you lots of experience. But it gives you the ability and the confidence to be able to take risks and bigger risks and better risks, because you can build up your own self-confidence and your own courage through your own positive psychology from doing lots of challenges and taking lots of risks and pulling them off. That's how we get better in life. So it's a progressive curve life, and we need to continue to keep working on ourselves to get better.
Okay, so my next question is this: what motivates you every day?
Um, I think I've always been motivated to. I always have short, medium, and long-term goals. So my long-term goals always sit in the background as my life goals, the things I want to achieve in life. And so, if you've got big goals, you can't spend your days in bed, wasting your time away, or doing leisure activities or whatever. Those things are important, and you need to rest, and you need to have a break from business from time to time. But if you love what you do, you don't need to actually have that much of a break, because you enjoy every day and you enjoy what you do. And that's where I'm at. But I've always got these long-term goals that I'm working on. And so that's what motivates you to get out of bed every day, because you've got something to do, something to work on. And if you break long-term goals into medium goals, the medium goals are much more achievable. The long one should be something so big that it feels unachievable. But if you put the right medium goals in place, those medium goals will help you achieve the big goal. So if you're working on lots of things to help you get to where you want to get to, then often those medium goals require daily tasks or daily things that you need to do in order to achieve. So if you actually then focus on the day to day, what do I need to do every day that will help me achieve those medium goals? Then you can achieve the big goal without even trying, because all you're trying is to achieve the medium goals. And that's just about having a daily routine of activities and things you have to do every day, which will help you achieve those medium goals. And if you get focused on trying to achieve those daily disciplines and those daily, then you're motivated every day to get up and to do those daily tasks, because ultimately they're going to help you achieve those medium tasks and those medium goals. And once you've achieved enough of those medium goals, if they're all pointing in the same direction and they're all stepping stones to the large goal, eventually you'll achieve the large goal without even trying. You're just achieving the day-to-day tasks and the small goals. But they will, if they're all focused and they're all directed in the right direction, doing lots of daily tasks consistently and for a long period of time, can achieve any large goal.
Okay, that's great, amazing. So my next question is this: what habit have contributed most of your success?
Well, I think the habit of being consistent. The habit of trying not to get carried away with big successes and victories, and trying not to get too down with big failures and losses. Trying to be consistently in the middle and just keep plowing through. I think is key to business, to life. It's also key to sport. I think sports teams do well when they're just concentrating every day on consistency and just not getting carried away when they're doing well, not getting too down when they do. Because life is about ups and downs. Sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. But if you keep moving forward and you keep progressing and getting small incremental changes every day, a year from now you could be in a very different place. 10 years from now, You could be in a massively different place. 30 years from now, you could be in an extremely different place. And that's just by being consistent every day and doing the same thing over and over again, and repetition, repetition, repetition. So I think being consistent is one of my keys. I think having a strong mentality as well, and a strong mindset, because again, life will give you curves. It'll give you curveballs. It'll send you lemons. Sometimes things will go wrong. Things, disasters happen. All sorts of things happen. So being strong-minded, being thick-skinned, strong-willed, I think are important in life, because lots of people fall off the horse and never get back on. But you can. It's hard to beat a person who never gives up. And if you get up one more time, then you get knocked down, then you're always going to be winning.
Okay, nice, well done, well appreciated. So my next question is the how do you identify business opportunities?
Well, I think the more you do business and the more you do jobs and the more you work in different industries and the more you solve problems in different areas, I think the more your brain opens up to problem solving and solutions providing, etc. And you build up over time, your experience builds up a gut feeling. And I think most entrepreneurs have a good gut feeling because they've done lots of things and tried lots of things and failed lots of times and succeeded sometimes as well. And that gut feeling then points them towards experience and opportunities that they feel comfortable with because they know a lot about that subject, and it gives them a good feeling. The gut instinct gives you a good feeling because when you've got involved in that sort of field before or that opportunity, things have worked out well for you. And if you have a bad gut feeling, it's because your experience has taught you when you've got involved in those things or done that sort of thing or dealt with that type of person or that opportunity, it didn't go well for you. So your gut feeling is trying to point you towards what works well for you and what doesn't work well for you. So I think entrepreneurs need to follow their gut feeling. They need to be problem solving and look for opportunities, or just be busy and active in life, and opportunities will come their way. And if you train your brain to try and solve problems, and you train your brain to look for opportunities, and you sort of listen to your gut, which tells you which opportunities sort of are suited to you and which ones aren't. All of those things will point you towards business opportunities. If you do a lot of networking, you do a lot of sales calls, you do a lot of online events, you go to business events, you go anywhere in life and you learn information and you meet people, your opportunities will open up in front of you, and your gut will tell you whether you should go for that opportunity or whether you should steer clear of it. So that's pretty much how I think entrepreneurship and opportunities work.
Okay, my last question is this: what are the key traits of successful entrepreneurship?
What are the three what of successful entrepreneurs? What
What
are the three?
are the key? My question is: what are the key traits of successful entrepreneur?
Okay, so the key traits are, I think, thinking big. Thinking big is a big trait of successful entrepreneurs. If you think small or you think medium, you'll achieve small or you'll achieve medium. But if you think big and you aim big and you put a structure in place to achieve big, then you'll hit big. And even if you don't hit what because you're thinking, if you think so big that you may not ever achieve that big thing, but you'll get close, and that's much better than thinking small and operating small. So I think big thinking is a key one. And then another trait is I think strong psychology, strong mentality, big belief, big confidence, which is often built up over time. But successful entrepreneurs, they 100% believe in what they're trying to achieve. There's no doubt in their mind. And then the other one is being a big risk taker. If you take small risks, you'll get small rewards. If you take big risks, you'll get big rewards. So I think there's some of the key traits of successful entrepreneurs. And a thirst for knowledge. Continue to keep learning. Always be learning. Always be building your knowledge and your experience, because the more you learn, the more you earn.
Okay, that's great. So, please give me any message for viewers. Your achievements, your goals, anybody. whatever else.
Yeah, well, myself, I'm looking to become a global speaker. So, I want to help educate and train as many entrepreneurs on the planet. If you like my content, feel free to reach out to me and share my content. If you see me, I'm on all social media. You look for hashtag Mike Armstrong. Also, if you want to connect with me, and I know a lot of people, I've been networking for a long time. I know lots of people. If you want me to share some of my connections and my network with you to help you with whatever it is you're trying to do in life, or to help you with your business or your career, then reach out to me. I'm a super connector. I know lots of people, and I like connecting my network to new young entrepreneurs and new entrepreneurs around the world, so that everyone can grow and meet new people and create new collaborations and everything else like that. So that's my message really. And if you don't go out networking as a business, then you're gonna know much less people and less opportunities are gonna come your way. So I do advise you to find some good networking clubs or events near you and get out and meet people in the real world, not just online, but also you can join online networks as well and connect and network with people all around the world. So get out there networking, build your connections, build your relationships, and ultimately build your business.
Okay, Michael, thank you for your giving your very precious time and come to my show, The Talk Room. Thank you. So, this was our interview. Michael, I hope you like it. We will meet the next interview, next podcast. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Pakistan, Zindabad. Rehan Zindabad. Allah Hafiz, Michael.